Yeah, absolutely.
James Conner in the backfield on the right side of Big Ben. Motion by the tight end McDonald down the line left to right. And the snap goes high over the head of Big Ben all the way back to the 2 to the 1. And the Browns have it in the end zone. And they dive on the ball and recover it for a touchdown. Carl Joseph's got it in the end zone. A touchdown.
Not a bad start.
6-0 Browns. Marquise Pouncey just sailed the ball over the head of Big Ben, who looked at James Conner. They raced back towards inside the 5-yard line. It went into the end zone. B.J. Goodson and Carl Joseph were over there, and Joseph recovers it. Calling signals, takes the snap, gives it, Chubb runs, dips his shoulders, he's to the 40, 35, he's to the 30, cut back 25, he's to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Nick Chubb, he's over 1,000, and the Browns lead 6-0. James Conner in the backfield on the right side of Big Ben. Motion by the tight end McDonald down the line left to right. And the snap goes high over the head of Big Ben all the way back to the 2 to the 1. And the Browns have it in the end zone. And they dive on the ball and recover it for a touchdown. Carl Joseph's got it in the end zone. A touchdown.
Not a bad start.
6-0 Browns. Marquise Pouncey just sailed the ball over the head of Big Ben, who looked at James Conner. They raced back towards inside the 5-yard line. It went into the end zone. B.J. Goodson and Carl Joseph were over there, and Joseph recovers it. Calling signals, takes the snap, gives it, Chubb runs, dips his shoulders, he's to the 40, 35, he's to the 30, cut back 25, he's to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Nick Chubb, he's over 1,000, and the Browns lead 6-0. James Conner in the backfield on the right side of Big Ben. Motion by the tight end, McDonald down the line, left to right. And the snap goes high over the head of Big Ben, all the way back to the 2, to the 1, and the Browns have it in the end zone. And they dive on the ball and recover it for a touchdown. Carl Joseph's got it in the end zone. A touchdown.
Not a bad start.
6-0 Browns. Marquise Pouncey just sailed the ball over the head of Big Ben, who looked at James Conner. They raced back towards inside the 5-yard line. It went into the end zone. B.J. Goodson and Carl Joseph were over there, and Joseph recovers it. Calling signals, takes the snap, gives it, Chubb runs, dips his shoulders, he's to the 40, 35, he's to the 30, cut back 25, he's to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Nick Chubb, he's over 1,000, and the Browns lead 6-0.
All right, guys, looks like we are ready to go. Make sure. Yep, we are good. Welcome to Load the Box Browns. I'm Chris Paxitas. That is Eric Mienko. Welcome to a Victory Wednesday edition of Load the Box. Let me make that perfectly clear. This is a Victory Wednesday. And I tell you what, this might be one of the best games that our defense has played, other than the Bengals game. Now, granted, they did it against the worst team in the league. That is true. But even in the NFL, it's any given Sunday. You never know. You can never let off the gas against any team. We all know that. Trust me, we know that. Go back to that Jets game. But regardless, we didn't let off the gas. And look what happened. We won 27-14. But before we get into that game, Mienko, I want to know how your week was.
That was good.
Yeah.
This is as usual.
Yeah.
I think what all we did this weekend. Went to my dad's house to watch the game. Always a good time. My wife made brats a while back from my brother's ground pork.
There you go.
He had. So we smoked those. Those were pretty good. Yeah. Big week for us. Noah's birthday is Sunday, so be nice to get a victory on his birthday.
Yep.
So,
well, there you go.
How about yours?
Not too bad. I don't even want to use the word scare, but had an interesting day today. I thought today was going to be the day that my wife was going to give birth, but come to find out, it is not. So we are good. We do not have to give. Luckily our son's staying in there just a little bit longer. So, but yeah, I thought today was going to be the day for a second. I rushed home from work. Like, I'm not kidding. I pulled up to my job site down in Kentucky, a little south of Florence, where I've been working at. And then my wife called and she goes, we might have to go to the hospital today. And I turned right around and went over 80 miles an hour on the highway just to get home. But, nope, he stayed in there a little bit longer. So, and I'm happy about that. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now, number one, seemed like the running game didn't really get going like we wanted it to.
Sitting on the ball as much. I mean, the running game still was really good.
Yeah, the running game was good. It just, I don't know. Nick Chubb had 17 carries for 80 yards. Kareem did well. He had 9 carries for 56 yards.
His best game in a while he had.
Yep. Jerome Ford got a couple of carries, which, hey, good for him.
Yeah, but look at it. Chubb had 4.7 yards a carry. Kareem Hunt had 6.2. When you're averaging that much, Like it doesn't really matter. Like the running game was very effective.
Yeah, no, it was. I guess I'm just used to seeing Nick Chubb run for over 100 whenever he gets the ball 17 times. But at this point in time, I'm just nitpicking because
I'll be honest with you. I told you, I said it last week. I don't care if it's by 1 point or 30 points. I don't really care. I didn't care what they did. I just wanted to see them come out, see Watson kind of put it together a little bit.
Yep.
Slowly bring him in, which is what they kind of did. And then this week is a huge week, which we'll get to in a little bit. And it's a totally different ball game this week versus last week.
Yep.
Last week, you knew what you were getting. You were getting a terrible team that no one really was concerned about. No one. Not a single person on this team should have been concerned about. Their offense is probably one of the worst I've seen since even the 0-6.
And it was bad.
They looked
Kyle
terrible.
Allen was bad.
He's a terrible backup quarterback.
Yep.
I wouldn't even want him as my backup. But the problem is that they have Mr. Starter. So
not anymore. Davis Mills is starting this week.
They started him. Okay.
Yep.
Well, it's just it's sad because that team is just so bad. I feel so bad for guys like Kirko who are still on that team. Obviously got to make a living, but it's crazy.
Kirko's been on some bad teams, man. He can't catch a break.
No,
but
that team is terrible.
Yep. But you know what though? In the end, I don't care. I don't care. Because our Brownies came up on top. Now, I saw a lot of this online. I don't know why I was seeing it. People were absolutely getting on Deshaun Watson for how he played. And it tells me that people are dumb. People are dumb. This guy hadn't played a game of football, a meaningful game, in over 700 days. Would you expect him to come out and throw 3 touchdowns? We said it here that we were not expecting a lot. Now, that one interception that he threw, that was a great play by the safety, number 1. Go ahead.
Sorry, before you finish, did you say he's not played in 30 days?
No, I said over 700 days.
I'm sorry, was it 100 days? 365?
No, it was
over 700. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page there because people are acting like he's been out for 2 weeks and that he should have came out and had 0 rust.
Okay, I thought you were trying to get on me for something. I was like,
no.
Wait, what?
No,
what did I say?
Opposite.
Okay, yep. Thank you. So you just made my point. We could not expect him to come out and throw 4 or 5 touchdown passes and throw for over 400 yards. He wasn't going to do that. You've got to ease this man back in the offense. You said it before the show, and you said it great. His mechanics were off. His footwork was off. That's why a lot of those balls were thrown low. Now, also, it was good to throw them low because at that point in time, that's where the receiver could catch it. But yes, a lot of them were a little too low. That's called getting used to game speed. That's what that's used to. Can't hear you. Mic's off. So, oh wait, I thought we had you.
There we go.
There we go. We're back. So, he's got to get used to that game speed, and it's gonna come back. This week, he should be better than he was last week. Now, number 1, we need him to be better.
He has to be.
Against the Bengals, he's got to play better. The Bengals are red hot right now.
Yep.
They're on top of the world after they just beat the Chiefs. And you know what? Rightfully so. That's a good football team. That is a good football team, and they're playing great.
Yeah, I mean, you got to consider them to be one of the 3 best in the FC right now. Unfortunately, the way that the offense is playing, the way that the defense is playing. My brother has a brand new girlfriend. She came over to the house and was watching football with us, and she didn't realize how much I hate Joe Mixon. I can't stand him. I was just constantly dogged on him. And, a really good friend of mine, Mark, he has a show that he does on Sundays. And the first thing I said when they talked about the Bengals, I said, Samaje Perine is their RB1. Joe Mixon's hot garbage. I mean, and what did he do? Came out and had a very good game. Joe Mixon's just trash. So if Joe Mixon's playing, I feel a lot better than I do if he does not. And that's crazy to say because he's getting paid like $12 million a year.
Yep. Yeah.
So.
Yep. But Also, can I bring up something real quick about this game?
Sure.
After 7 seasons, we finally got a punt return for a touchdown.
Oh man,
that was great. That was the momentum swing that we needed, because it was a pretty boring game at the end, or at the beginning there. It was very boring. Not a lot was happening, but you know what? All it takes is one play, and DPJ took that thing to the house. I don't know if you guys heard Jim Donovan's call for that.
That was awesome.
Oh, it was absolutely great.
The video was even better.
Oh, I know. I love that video.
Nate
I love
jumping
that.
up and down.
Listen,
he's flopping like a bird. He's all types of hype.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I love and I miss Doug Deacon. I miss him, but adding Nathan Zagura in the booth was fantastic. That's a fantastic move by this Browns team. Nathan Zagura deserves it. He might have grew up in California. He might have grew up a 49ers fan, but he is a Browns fan right now. Do or die. This man loves that team.
I mean, think about it. He's been there through everything.
He really has. Like, God.
Through everything.
Yep. So, you know what? It's
before 0-16.
He was there through Brian Hoyer.
Johnny too, right?
Yeah. He was there for Brandon Whedon, I think. He might have been there for that too.
I think he came in after that. I'd have to see, but either way, the point being is that
he's been here a while.
Forever.
He's been here a long time.
I mean, he's a sideline reporter for how long? Obviously, Deke retires, and I said it whenever he got put on, but there's no better person to embody the city of Cleveland.
As
far as the Browns
agree.
go. I mean, he's perfect for the position.
He has absolutely taken in the city of Cleveland, and he's made it his own.
Yep.
So we love Nathan Zagura. I've talked to him a few times because I've called in to Cleveland Browns Daily. I used to call in all the time, and I've talked to Nathan a few times, and the man's been nothing but nice to me. And I actually got to call in one day when Jim Donovan was on, and I told Jim Donovan, I said, "Number one, sir, it's an honor to be speaking with you." But anyway, but yeah, we finally DPJ broke one, so that was good. He's been
waiting for that for weeks, though. He's had the Tampa Bay game. He had 2 almost close ones, and he had 1 close one the week before too.
Yep.
You could tell it was building up. It was,
yep.
When is this going to happen? And you knew it was either going to be a touchdown or a really big return. And he had the big one against Tampa, and then this one, it was perfect. I knew once he stayed on his feet, I didn't realize that second gear was going to be that fast.
Yeah.
But I knew that he was gone.
Yeah.
I mean, once he stumbled and he caught his feet, there was no chance you were catching him.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Another thing I want to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
On this show, we have dogged this defense nearly every single episode of this show. But you know what? Hats off to them. Hats off to the defense. They had a great game. Yep. They had a great game. Denzel Ward returned this is
the second one for the year.
That's right. Sorry. I
forgot. He had the fumble return for a touchdown, and Tony Fields had the other touchdown.
Yeah.
And the other pick?
Yeah, he had an interception. And
one tipped off of Chase Winovich.
Yep. And then John Johnson, that interception.
That was a great catch.
It was what, the first play of the game for the Texans? Mm-hmm. This it was. John Johnson did a great job securing that and getting the interception for us. So
I didn't think his feet were in, but he had the little toe drag swag.
Yeah, I've finally been paying attention to the receivers.
Yep, so paying attention to old Nate Burleson.
Oh man, you remember he was a member of the Browns for that off season?
I loved it.
Same here.
I'm a big Nate fan.
Oh, same here. He's great on CBS.
He is.
He's great. I used to not be a fan of CBS, but I like him. I like what CBS is doing right now.
Nate's the only good thing about it, though, at least in my opinion. I can't stand Boomer and I can't stand Coward. Phil Simms too. Those three dog on the Browns constantly, but we don't need to dive too far into it because they keep going down this rabbit hole. I'm not a big fan of most color commentators.
I like some. I cannot stand who called the game for us, like Spiro and AJ Feely, I think it was.
Yeah, Jay Feely.
Yeah, sorry, why did I say AJ Feely? But like Sparrow, who was with him, I can't stand him. Can't stand his voice. Can't stand him. But whatever, you deal. But yeah, this is a good win for the Browns. This is a great win.
Exactly what they needed to.
Yep, they did the defense played the game that they needed to play because we knew that Watson was going to be rusty. We knew that this offense. Now, I didn't expect them to not score a touchdown.
Right.
That I didn't expect. But whatever. The defense stepped up.
I gotta say though, I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
It still didn't, in my opinion, save Joe Woods' job. He still needs to be fired after this year.
No, I agree. I mean,
I don't care what the last couple, the last 5 games prove. He's not saving his job.
No,
I'm sorry.
I agree. This should. We were against the worst team in the league. If you're not doing that to them, then you have a problem. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully next week though we have a much different offense. We got to put some points on the board next week. Tell you that.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we can. I mean, I'm ready to move on next week. I don't know about you, but
there's nothing to talk about. The Texans are absolute hot garbage, and we beat a hot garbage team.
Yep.
Our offense looked about what I expected. Defense looked way better than expected. Special teams actually stepped up and did their jobs. There's nothing else to talk about.
Yep. Now, also, I got to say this. Speaking of the defense, Sione Taki tore his ACL out for the year. That sucks. That's a big
hit for us. He's been playing very well for us.
He has. Another thing that they did was the Browns claimed Jalen Darden off waivers from the Buccaneers. And Anthony Schwartz was placed on injured reserve, which quite frankly, I don't care. The man had a nice run last week against Tampa Bay. And then he ran the ball like a loaf of bread and fumbled it. And I was ready to let his ass go right then and there. The man's had chance. Man's had chance after chance after chance. I'm done with it. And I know there was an article written about him about he has a lot of mental health issues.
Right.
And I feel for the guy. Anybody who's going through that, that's awful. And I hope that he gets better. I hope he gets any help that he might need. I hope he gets into therapy because therapy is a good tool for a lot of people. I've not used it, but I know people that have. And people will swear by it. Sometimes it doesn't work for everybody. But I hope he gets the help that he needs. But I also hope he's not a member of the Cleveland Browns. Sorry.
I mean, unless he has some kind of epiphany that happens this offseason, he's just not NFL material anymore. He's got the speed, but if you can have all the speed in the world, but if you can't catch the ball, you can't hold on to the ball, it doesn't matter. You're not Tyreek Hill.
Exactly. So so there you go. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get into the injury report for the Browns and the Bengals. Kind of a short list. The Browns did replace Sione Taki with linebacker Reggie Ragland, which I'm cool with that. The Bengals said that tight end Hayden Hurst will probably not play. Yeah. I'm not going to go through the entire here the only people to rest for the Browns was Joel Bitonio, Jadeveon Clowney, Amari Cooper. For the Bengals was Von Bell, Lale Collins, DJ Reader. David Njoku did return to practice, so that's
he
great.
He came out and said he's playing.
So there you go. That's huge. Joe Mixon did return to practice for the Bengals.
Full participant.
Yep. Miles did rest as well. Also due to the shoulder. David Bell was limited with a thumb. AJ Green didn't practice with a knee. James Hudson was sick, didn't practice. Njoku was limited, but whatever. Denzel Ward,
yeah,
not worried about Njoku anymore. Denzel Ward has an ankle issue and he was sick. He did not practice. Chase Winovich was a full go. So was Alex Wright. Far as Bengals, like we said, Jesse Bates was full go. Hayden Hurst didn't practice. Joe Mixon was full go. Not a lot going on the injury report.
One name you brought up, and it makes me pissed that they put him on the injury report, is Jesse Bates.
Uh-huh.
I know I kind of hinted it to you before the show.
Uh-huh.
And I know you said you didn't watch the game. And I'll send you the clip if you've not seen it.
Okay.
But there's a clip where it was late in the fourth quarter, I think is what it was, in that Bengals Chiefs game.
Yeah.
The Chiefs were on the goal line. The Bengals were late substituting.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
The linebacker looks right at Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
He looks right at Jesse Bates. He goes, go down, go down. And sure enough, what does he do? Falls on his back, put his legs up in the air. They claim he had cramps. Cramps my ass.
Yeah, that was some
bullshit.
bullshit.
You didn't want that penalty, and that's crazy to me.
And I feel like the NFL's got to do something about that because the Bengals are not the first team to do that this year.
Right.
And they will not be the last. I feel like it's been happening a lot more than normal nowadays.
Yep. It's funny too because me and Jordan, when we were at the game for the Bucks game,
yeah,
we were talking about that. How many times that, like, how often it is, and it's crazy. I'm noticing more and more now.
Yep.
Like, you see it sometimes, like, where players actually go down and they come back in next play. Like, it's stupid and it's common, but, like, it does happen. But usually it's, like, right after the play is over, not when you're trying to substitute guys in.
Exactly.
You catch it, and then you go down. It's usually after the play is over to stop the momentum, not to resist getting the penalty. So, I mean, I don't know. It just really irked my nerves to the nth degree. Like, you're really going to do that?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I don't know. It was stupid. It's petty, but either way.
That's hard. And that's a hard penalty to call for the refs because first and foremost, they have to be there. They have to worry about the safety of the players.
Of course.
So if they see a guy go down, they're going to stop. They're going to blow the whistle. They're going to do that.
Yep.
They have no choice. So I don't know how you police it. I really don't. I don't have a solution. So I feel like the people smarter than me need to come up with something. I've got nothing.
If I'm being honest, I think that a good rule would be that they have to sit out at a minimum of one play, no matter if it's a timeout or not. I think it should really, in my opinion, should be 2 plays.
Yeah.
If you go down during a drive while the team is driving in a no huddle type situation or near the less than 20 yards, and you have to sit out for 2 plays. Because you could sacrifice a guy for 1 play.
Yep.
It's very easy. You get a false start, an offsides penalty or false start or whatever. You sacrifice those couple of yards, and then you let the guy come back in if he's important. But if it's out for 2 plays, you have to run at least 1 beforehand.
Yep. I agree with you. I agree.
I don't know how they do it, but I definitely think that it's petty, it's stupid, and it definitely needs to change.
Yep. So going into this Bengals and Browns game, the Bengals are 6-point favorites in this game.
Surprised it's not more.
So am I. But that's what it said. That's what this game is in Cincinnati. Now that Cincinnati has a team, the fans are there now. They all crawled out of the woodwork. They crawled out from under the bed and decided to wear their Bengals colors. So whatever, good for them, I guess. But fuck Cincinnati, fuck the Bengals.
Hey, listen, you know what? You need to chill. It's the first time they've sold out season tickets in a long time. So give them some credit, okay? That's an accomplishment. Let them be happy for selling out their season tickets. Don't get me started.
Yeah,
listen, this is how it is, okay? Let me tell you how it is. This is how it is. There's a thing that went around Facebook this week, right? And it said, "What is one team you wouldn't root for no matter what?" And you remember last year when the Bengals made their playoff run.
Yep.
people chastise us, criticize us up and down. Why? We didn't root for the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Of the 5 or 6 Bengals fans, 4 of them answered the Browns. So you want to tell me why we didn't root for the Bengals? That's why. Their fans suck. Oh, how could you guys not root for the Bengals? Well, they don't root for the Browns. First of all. Second of all, fuck them. Third of all, why don't root for a team that's fan base is so shitty that they're in the bottom 5 of the league in attendance percentage?
Yeah.
They're terrible.
Yep.
Their fan base sucks. Their stadium sucks. They just now built an outdoor facility for their own team,
which is mind-blowing. They used to use UC Bearcats facility. Okay? That's what's crazy to me.
They also used to walk across an actual busy street to go to the stadium.
Yep.
Which they still have to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yep.
And I don't want to hear a single word about how loyal their fans are. I'm telling you right now, if they, for whatever reason, don't sign Joe Burrow, which obviously they wouldn't do that, but if they ever start losing again, those fans are going to drop off the face of a cliff again.
Yep.
Just like they have in the past.
Yep. I know a lot of Bengals fans, but I could count on one hand the loyal ones, the ones that have been there through all the losing, that always root for them no matter what. I could count them on one hand.
Yep.
And we live in the area. That says something. That says something.
The thing is you don't find Bengals fans outside Cincinnati. It's really it's Ohio.
Yep.
Ohio, and then the other Kentucky, which is Kentucky.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Oh, okay. I understood it. Sorry. I interrupted. That's why I didn't laugh at it. No, but you're exactly right. Bengals fans don't travel, number one.
Nope.
They never do. You don't find them anywhere outside of this area. And there's a reason for that.
Suck.
Exactly. Just not a good football team. And they have a good football team, but they're just the
fan base,
the community, everything about them sucks. I personally wouldn't root, you take away their bad fan base and all that, I still wouldn't root for them because they're in our division.
I'm a rival.
Just like I will never root for Pittsburgh. Or Baltimore. The only reason I would ever root for them is if it benefited the Browns in some way. It's the only time I'd ever want them to win.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, no, I'm never going to root for them.
Yep.
I caught so much hell for it last year. Is it bare minimum? They were I had people yell at me about, oh, it's an Ohio team. You need to support your Ohio team. No.
Right.
You could give me an argument if they were in a different conference.
Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh and Philly. That's you have a good argument there.
Exactly. There could be an argument there. Mm-hmm. But in I had to break it down for people in a different way. I was like one guy I know, he's a soccer fan. And he doesn't even watch professional soccer. He doesn't watch MLS, but he played soccer in high school. And I know the high school that he went to. It's different than the one I went to, but I know it. And I was like, listen, who is your biggest rival? And he was like, so-and-so. I said, okay, would you root for them to win state? Well, no. I said, there you go. And he goes, but no, but still. And I'm like, there is no but still to this. And he was like, I just can't believe that you won't support us and you're getting mad. I'm like, number one, don't use the word us, because I've never heard you ever root for the Bengals until they went to the Super Bowl. Not one time. This man hated football until the Bengals made it to the Super Bowl.
It became cool.
Exactly. So I'm like, don't come at me like that.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'm loyal. At least I will always root for the Browns no matter what. You want to know why? I've been through 1-15, 0-16. We have been through it. If that doesn't destroy us, I don't know what will. I honestly don't. I really don't know what will. If we are still rooting for that team after all that bullshit, then we're not going anywhere.
Right.
So there you go. We are diehard Browns fans, and I will be a diehard Browns fan until the day that I die. Which hopefully is a long time from now, and hopefully we got a few Super Bowls under our belt by then.
Amen.
That's the hope, because man, I don't want to. I really need a Super Bowl, and I need that trophy. I need that ring, because I won't ever shut the fuck up. I will never shut up.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, if we get one before the Bengals too, I would never let another Bengals fan talk to me.
Exactly.
Oh, we've been 3 times. How many participation trophies you got? 3. How many rings you got? 0.
Exactly. Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, so let's talk about the actual game itself. This offense is daunting.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Jamar
yes,
Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd are a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Jamar Chase especially. He is a big play waiting to happen. What have we struggled with all year long? The big play. Am I worried about him? Absolutely. If Denzel does not play, I'm terrified, because Denzel locked him down last year. Now, I know this is later in the show, but one of my keys is going to be to lock him down.
You have to.
Then, if you can lock him down, then you double team T. Higgins. You have to let Tyler Boyd beat you. Yep. I trust Greg Newsome to lock him down on the inside.
Yep.
That's who I trust. Now, I will say this. I've been preaching this man week after week after week. And I know he's a rookie. But this is a huge game for MJ Emerson.
Oh, 100%. And by the way, I just got to praise him. This man has been playing so good. He was a 3rd round pick. And he is playing so good. He's playing great football. Sorry, continue.
No, you're good. I mean, this is during Chargers game, they came out and said that he said, "I want Mike Williams. That's who I want."
Yep.
Well, this week, you got T. Higgins. You want him, you got him. He's yours. Let Denzel have Jamar.
Excuse me.
MJ gets T. Higgins. Newsome gets Tyler Boyd.
Yep.
I don't care about the rest. Sorry, I just don't. Your backup tight end, I don't really care about him.
Yep.
The one white dude, I can't remember his name.
I know who you're talking about.
Taylor. Their slot receiver, don't really care about him.
Yep.
If that's who's going to beat me, cool.
Yep. I agree.
This is a huge week for the run defense. If you can make them one-dimensional, you can beat them. The thing with Kansas City is that Samaje Perine ran all over them. All over them. Now, the thing is, the Bengals have already come out and said that Mixon's still their starter. So this week, if he's a full participant and he's a go, he's getting the reps back.
Yep.
I'm great with that.
Oh, so am I.
That means a 3-yard to carry back. Nothing more.
Yep.
He's not even as good as Najee Harris. And that's saying something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to tell you that right now. Second of all, their defense, very good. They held the Chiefs, for the most part, in check. Mahomes looked flustered all game long. Kelsey had a rough game. He admitted on their podcast this week. He didn't have a great game. They did give up some running yards. They had some big plays in there. Just like we saw in the first matchup, right?
Excuse me.
You're good. The big play can beat them.
Yep.
But they have to execute. This is like we said earlier, and like everyone already knows, it's a ginormous week. For Deshaun.
Yep.
He has to show up and show out. Plain and simple. So it's one of those things where he has got to be the Deshaun that we hope he is.
The Spider-Man pajamas just got me. I just saw the head creeping out, and then he just runs. Okay, that was. I know it's past his bedtime. I know it's past his bedtime, but man, that got me. My mother-in-law's texting me right now about my wife, making sure she's okay, which I appreciate.
But either way, I mean,
you're right.
It's a big week. It's a very big week. I mean, and special teams has to be perfect as well. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, this team has to be perfect. This is a game that you have to have. It's a big week all the way around, which we'll get into our score, our picks later. But the point is that this game is going to be a huge game. You talk about a must win. This is a must win.
Absolute must win. If you want to sniff the playoffs, you have to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely have to win this game.
Yep. I mean, if you win this game, Baltimore is supposed to be without Lamar this week.
Yep.
So you gain a game on both of those guys.
Yep. And we sweep the Bengals.
Yep. Then, if you look at the rest of the conference, you have a lot of other big games in which those teams can lose too, which again we'll get into here in a little bit. So it's a very big week for us. We have to win this game to keep those playoff hopes alive. Have to.
Yep. You're
ifs, ands, or buts about it.
You are absolutely correct. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our keys. I know you kind of teased it a little bit. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I know you said one of them on defense, which was, you said, coverage Jamar Chase, blanket his ass.
It really is more eliminate the big play.
Yeah.
Don't let the ball get over your head, because he's going to get past you for one. I expect a 20-yard play at some point in this game. A big 20, 25-yard play. The crowd goes crazy, gets the crowd into it. You need to keep them out of the game early, right?
Yeah.
You need to silence that crowd early, get a lead, and I'll let you give your key, because my key is pretty easy for offense.
Okay. For me on defense, this is what I want to see. I want to see that Myles Garrett, who put the team on his shoulders against against Tampa. I want to see him put this defense on his shoulders. I want to see Joe Burrow on the ground 4 or 5 times. And it's not just the Myles, it's the entire team. We know the defense is hurt. We know Sione Taki's gone. He was a big player on this defense. But you got to have that next man up mentality. You have to. Right. It is time for, if you're going to step up, has to be the game for it. You did it last week against a bad team. Let's do it again against a good team. We've already shut this team down once before. We can do it again.
Absolutely. And I think the other big piece of that is, what are the Bengals going to do to counteract? There's no way in hell you can allow Jonah Williams to be one-on-one with Myles again. You can't.
Yep.
I mean, I would think that Jonah Williams is still having nightmares about that spin move you put on him. I mean, I have to believe that.
Yep.
And I have to believe that Joe Burrow might be thinking of the same thing.
Yep.
And I, honest to God, think that if they can get in his head early, we have a very good chance.
I agree.
We need Myles to be on point. We need to make Lyle Collins look bad, which he's not looked bad lately. You've got to make this offensive line get on their heels early. Do not let Joe Burrow get the ball out of his hands. Get your hands up, block some, bat some passes down. If you can make a big play early, like we did this year and we did last year with the pick 6 from Denzel, they just don't seem to be able to come back from things like that against this team.
Yep.
And why is that? That goes to my key on offense, Nick Chubb. That's the only key I have is Nick Chubb.
Yep.
Please, Kevin, run the damn ball, please. I'm almost in tears, man. I'm begging you, run the ball.
Well,
I mean, this team, they look what Nick Chubb did to them last time.
Yep.
Ran all over him.
Yep.
He absolutely torched them.
This team is built to run the ball.
Yeah.
And that's that. Yeah. So, okay. With that being said, I got to come up with one, because I was going to say that too. So,
hang on real quick before you do it.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb, 23 rushes, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns against the Bengals whenever we played them last time.
Halloween night.
You can give me 20. If Kareem Hunt runs like he did the ball last time, give him those other 3. I'm cool with that.
Yep.
But you got to run the damn ball.
Yep.
Plain and simple. Keep Joe Burrow off the field. He's too dangerous. He has way too much confidence right now. He is truly in full Joe Cool mode.
Yep.
He is.
No, you're right. Let's see. My one on offense, is kind of, I'm gonna say for Deshaun, don't be a hero. Not right now.
Okay.
Not right now, because Deshaun still has to get used to this game speed. Sure. I'm hoping after last week that gave him like an, oh, okay, here we go. So that's what this is like again. I forgot. I'm back at it. but he's going up against a good team. So now, you know, this is a big game for him. I don't want him to try to put that offense on his shoulders because I don't know if he's ready for that right now. Do I think he will be ready for that? 100%. Especially next year. I think next year is going to be completely different. Assuming this offense doesn't change very much and maybe we add another receiver. So I don't know. We'll see. That's a whole nother thing. But next year, I expect this offense with him to be fucking lights out. But until then, don't be a hero. Don't force the ball. Do not force the ball in the double coverage. You're not there yet. You will be, but you're not there yet. So don't be a hero. You know, take your reads, go from there.
I have one more, actually.
Yeah, please.
It's simple.
Yeah.
The offensive line needs to get their heads out of their asses.
Yep.
Specifically, Jed Wills.
Oh, God. Yes. I
Wyatt
agree.
Teller is not playing like himself. He's not playing like the Pro Bowl right guard that he's been. And Jed Wills has looked like an absolute turnstile in the first half of games.
Yep.
He had 2 lookout blocks last week. And he had one big one the week before. Literally, one step, terrible attempt at a push, and the guys around him. And then it's always the same thing, right? Hands up in the air, walking back towards the quarterback.
Yep.
Even when the guy hasn't sacked him yet. Twice,
and also, I watched this man quit blocking on a play last week. There was one specifically, the one where Watson threw that interception. Jed quit. Once the guy kind of got around him and Watson shed it and went from there, Jed just stood there. He didn't look for anybody to hit. He just fucking stood there. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Not in this league. So,
agreed.
Thank you for bringing that up. You called it turntable or turnstile.
Turnstile.
My old football coach in high school used to call it Ole blocking, where you just go Ole. You know, like that's he's God, he used to yell at our offensive line, quit Ole blocking, and among other things. There was also a few choice words thrown in there. Yeah, that was, man, it just brought some memories there. But yeah, I agree. Thank you for bringing that up. So let's go ahead and get into some picks this week, shall we?
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
All right. So last week, your boy, we had 3 differences. I hit on 2 of those 3 differences.
Okay.
I was down 2 last week. I'm only down 1. I'm nipping on them heels, baby.
All right.
So you are at 75. I am at 74.
Okay.
So,
we are close.
We are neck and neck. With that being said, we have a very big Thursday night game. We have the Baker Mayfield-led LA Rams with no wide receivers.
And that is weird to say.
And he's number 17, which is also very weird.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, maybe he needs the number change. You know, let's go Baker. We actually need him in this game. You know, what better way to give the Browns fans more hope than to beat the Raiders, who are, I think, a game ahead of us technically. So it's the Vegas Raiders traveling to the LA Rams.
I'm taking the Raiders.
All right. They are red hot. But you know what? Give me Baker.
Wow.
Let's go 6. Let's go 6. Give it to me.
You mean let's go 17?
Shake and bake, baby. Let's go. All right.
Yeah, this man hasn't even had a week in this offense. I know he's
Sean
probably
McVay has done more with less.
I know, but I know he's gonna play this week, like because they want him to, they need him to. But I'm gonna watch. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna
bake, baby. Let's go.
We'll see.
All right. Next game. This could be a good one. This is a very big game for their division. We got Philadelphia traveling to the Meadowlands to play the Giants.
Give me Philly.
Yep. They're just too hot. I'm sorry. Yep. They're way too hot. They absolutely dismantled Tennessee last week.
Yep.
So
AJ Brown. AJ Brown came back in came back.
I wish the game was in Tennessee. That would have made it so much sweeter, I'm sure.
Yep.
But it was still a hell of a game.
Yep.
Next game, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to the, mentioned Tennessee Titans. I went with Tennessee here.
I'm going with Tennessee as well, only because I know Trevor Lawrence is a little banged up. So
you never know what you're gonna have with that team too. They're just something else.
exactly.
Next, another good game. This is like a really good week for football. Next we have the New York Jets traveling to Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Ooh, now you
It'll be
might
a
go with
close
the
one.
Jets.
I mean, this would be the game, I guess, wouldn't it? What Jets beat them last time, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
close game.
yeah. I just
Now,
don't think. I think the Mike White magic wore off week one, like his first game, and he didn't
played
look
well
that.
last week against Minnesota.
I mean, yeah, but still, I don't see him winning this game.
Yeah,
So give me
doesn't have
Buffalo.
Von Miller now. He's out with torn ACL. It's a big hit for
I
them.
didn't hear that. I don't know why I
Yep,
didn't hear
he's
that.
torn ACL. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Buffalo. I was gonna change it and go to New York, but I just it's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
All right, next game, huge game for our division. We have the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna take Pittsburgh. Especially with Lamar out. I'm taking Pittsburgh. We need Pittsburgh. This is a game that we need Pittsburgh to win.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is, if they win this game, they're still tied with us.
I
I
know,
mean,
but
we beat them head to head, but they still have the same record as us.
Yep.
So it just puts them one game closer. All right. So next we have. Oh, I'm not gonna. It is Dallas Cowboys. Okay, cool. Next, moving on. Because you're not picking the Texans, right?
No, I'm not picking the Texans.
Okay, great. The team that you love that you never pick. We have the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Detroit.
MCDC put up 40 points last week, but he ain't doing it again. Give me the Vikings.
Ooh. Do I trust the Vikings? That's the question. Do I trust the Vikings to have a Buffalo performance? Or do I think they're going to play what they did against the Jets and scare everybody, and then Detroit going to win?
Well, pick them. Pick
I did last week,
MCDC.
and they came out. They showed up for me.
So do it again. Do it again.
No, I can't.
Yeah, that's what I thought. No balls.
Nope. No balls. Not this week. Next game, this isn't even worth watching or mentioning. We have the Kansas City Chiefs coming off the loss to the Bengals, traveling to Broncos country. Let's ride. I mean,
do we? Yeah.
I don't know what you do with that team. If you're a Broncos fan, Timmy, I'm sorry, but if you're a Broncos fan, like, God, you gotta feel like you've been duped. Are you in the Twilight Zone? Does he have some kind of naked picture of John Elway? What did he do to get to make Broncos fans deserve this? This is torture. Like, it's bad.
I don't care about Broncos fans. They're a fourth-rated team in my eyes. So yeah, give me.
I know.
Give me KC. Give me KC.
All right. Next we have the Tom Brady-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the Purdy-led San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, give me Tampa. Tom had that nice comeback win, added another fourth quarter comeback to his resume. So yeah.
I am going with the 49ers.
Wow, okay. First difference.
Tampa traveling all the way across country. You know, the Niners defense has been on fire. The offense has looked very good with Brock Purdy. And obviously you still have Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and Debo, Brandon Ayuk. You have so many weapons on the offense. Kyle Shanahan's a wizard. He'll get that team right. They'll be fine.
All right.
Next game, I think this should be a blowout, but we obviously will see. The Carolina Panthers traveling to the Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Yep.
This is a very big game for both teams. It is very much so. If you're Miami, if you win, you're still in the division race. If you lose, you're losing track in the wild card race. You looked terrible against San Fran. You got to travel all the way across the country again. If you're the LA Chargers, it is okay. We need to win this game to maintain our, to be within one game of the wild card. We cannot lose another conference game. They lost to Las Vegas last week. Which team wants it more? So Miami traveling to the Chargers.
I think Miami will win. I want to pick the Chargers though, but I'm just gonna go with Miami.
I want to switch my pick or not. All right, Justin Herbert. I said that you guys would make.
You muted yourself in Discord. There you go. Can't hear you now. Messed with your mic. Give us a minute. Uh-oh.
Check.
There we go. There we go. All right.
All right. Try that
Finally.
again. Sorry about that. Anyway, so as I was switching my pick, I did go with the Chargers before the season to go to Super Bowl. We got to have them win. Either that or I don't really care who wins this game. Really, we probably need Miami to win the game, knock the Chargers all the way out. But I'm going with Chargers. Next game, another cross-country battle. You have the New England Patriots coming off a bye week, traveling to the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm going to take the Cardinals on that one.
I went with teams I didn't think you would pick, and you've picked every single team that I thought you wouldn't pick. God. All right. I'm going with Cardinals as well.
Okay.
Now, obviously, it's the last game of the week. It's our week, our game. I think I obviously know who you're going with. Now it's up to me. Oh, God. My heart tells me to go with the Browns because I hate the Bengals. But logic says, can we continue to beat Joe Burrow as hot as he is? I got to go with the Browns.
There we go.
I have to.
All right.
I mean,
real man.
He's never beat us. We're going to their stadium, which is interesting. So we'll see how this game ends. But yeah, this could be a very pivotal week for us.
Yep.
This week is literally, do we look forward to next year and don't care about the rest of the games? Or are we really actually starting to think playoffs are a chance?
Yep.
Because if a few games go our way, think about this just for a quick second. Let's talk about this. If you have Buffalo beat the Jets, Pittsburgh beats Baltimore, and you have Arizona beat New England, Miami beat the Chargers, 4 teams that we need to lose, that probably doubles our chances. Right now, we are like 4.5%.
Yep.
If those 4 teams lose, which they could, that at least doubles our chances.
Yep.
Then you have to start thinking playoffs at that point.
Yep. So there you go. Oh, God. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm yelling so much.
This is the game. And I'll say this right now. This is a game. I know I just said it, but this is a game that defines the season.
Mm-hmm.
Can Deshaun Watson put this team on his back, which obviously we don't really want him to have to do, and show why you paid him $230 guaranteed dollars?
Yep.
This is it.
I agree with you. I agree.
You paid for him to come in and win big games. Can he come in to Cincinnati with a red-hot team and play better than their top 5 MVP candidate type quarterback?
Yep.
This is it.
Yep. I know. I agree with you. So, all right. Well, I guess only time will tell.
Yep.
But with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the show here. This has been a great show. Hopefully we're talking to you next week about Victory Wednesday again. We'll see if I'm going to be on the show or it's going to be just Mienko. I don't know. We'll see how the baby does. But until then, thank you guys for joining in. I appreciate it. I'm Chris Paxitas. That's Eric Mienko. and we will see you next week. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Hoo, hoo.